So I received an email from someone who asked me if I could speak a little bit about my trip to Oklahoma. Susan Otto was here about a week and a half ago or something, and she gave a BBC that I think everybody here quite enjoyed, and it was quite a moving thing. I actually wasn't here for it, but I was able to watch it because of the wonders of the internet. So I figured I could fill in a little bit as to what happened after that. So after Susan was here, the next Thursday was the Wednesday or Thursday was the Clemency Hearing for Don. So clemency is the last opportunity, pretty much, for an inmate to be given some space to live. In clemency, you're really petitioning the Parole and Pardon Board to say, allow me to live out my life in prison. You're not, there's no chance of appeals, there's no chance of being freed or in any way changing the situation, other than that if you are genuine and they feel that you're genuine, and they feel that you have something to offer the prison community, then they can make the decision to recommend clemency, and thereby the governor would then make the final decision on it. So I was invited to go down to Oklahoma City, and speak at the clemency hearing, which I was quite grateful for the opportunity. It was an incredible situation. I got to meet some of Don's family, his sister, who was quite an incredible person, and also I got to speak with Susan quite a bit, which, as everybody knows, she is also an incredible person. I felt like the clemency hearing went absolutely wonderful. Everything about it was ideal in my mind. In the end, the Parole and Pardon Board decided not to recommend clemency, so Don's execution will move forward. But I felt like that wasn't the fault of anybody in the situation, and in fact, I felt like everybody there did everything they possibly could, and really, it was just a wonderful thing to be a part of, to see how hard Susan worked, and how organized and how well she put forth her argument to the Parole and Pardon Board. And then Don was on a video conference, so he was able to give a statement, and he did really well. I was very impressed, and I could see very clearly that he had obviously been practicing the Dharma, because he didn't get tied up in his own personal distress or issues. Of course, he was quite emotional, being as, the situation what it was, but he didn't go to like, oh, why are you doing this to me, or I don't deserve this, or he maintained his innocence, but he didn't go into this sort of self-pity mode. And that was quite impressive, I thought. It's a situation where that would be very easy to do. It's kind of, for a lot of us, it's kind of our fallback, it's what we have just in case. We can always go to self-pity and feel bad about our situation and blame other people around us. But he didn't do that. And then afterward, the Parole and Pardon Board, made their decision, and that was quite a difficult thing for a lot of people there. There were many people there to support Don, very many people. But such was Don's karma. If there was anything else to be done, I couldn't see it, and it was quite clear that he had the ideal conditions, and because of the conditioning of the people who had to make the decision, they made the choice they made based on their own processes with it. So that is karma, and there's nothing that could be done. It was something that was on its way to ripening, and the momentum of a ripening karma is very strong and hard to change. So from the beginning, it was an uphill battle. So I don't think there's any reason anybody who is involved should feel bad about it. And actually, I encouraged everyone there that what we now have is an incredible opportunity. The situation went very, very well, and the outcome was that we have an opportunity to practice Dharma. That's all. There isn't any reason to focus on any shortcomings or any negative ideas about the situation. We can do that. We have the choice. It's our choice. We could sit there and focus on the judge or the prosecutor who, didn't care and wasn't watching the PowerPoint presentation, or, just said no, like they were saying no to whether or not they wanted, extra large fries with their hamburger. We could focus on those things, whether or not those were, reality. I didn't feel like that, but we have the choice to set our mind on the negative aspects of what we perceived in the situation. And that's our choice. It really is. But it's also just as viable to set our minds on the positives of the situation. And in fact, since we're beings who want to be happy, and that's our goal in life, then there's no reason why we should choose to focus on negative things that make us unhappy.